Hello and welcome to day 118 in this quest for a 2000 rapid chess rating on chess.com. Alright, here we go. We have the white pieces. We'll try for this Jabava London setup. Let's see how they respond here. Okay, so we have the Jabava London. They play c6, so we're going to play e3 to fortify our center. Okay, now, because they played that move, we can start attacking them with our pawns. Also, we keep the pieces out of e4 and g4 as well. But we can go ahead and attack. And so now, what do we do? Just push forward and attack that knight. So we'll go ahead and do that. Then attack. Bring our queen up. If they trade off here. Oh, they're thinking. So maybe they're thinking about trying something different. Okay, so that's probably the best move, is for them to exchange off the bishops there, but it did help us develop a queen. Now we can castle queenside. Now let me think here. Do we have to drop our... Well, we probably should just castle. So we'll go ahead and do that. Get castled. And then, I don't know, maybe we should have... All right. Do we drop our bishop back and then start pushing the pawns? Or do we just push this pawn up here like this? I have to figure out, do I need to drop this knight back here? All right. Well, his king's kind of stuck in the center, so our priority should probably be to try and open the center up some. But we need to do something about this knight that's undeveloped. Do we jump to here? Oh, wrong piece. Let's see. There we go. All right. Now, do we just drop back here? Or do we capture? Well, it's kind of really opened things up, so I don't know. I'm thinking we'll just open it up some more. Then if his knight jumps in, we might as well just go after his knight. All right. We can just go after that knight and then chase him some more. So we'll go ahead and do that. Then we could attack him again here. So we'll go there. All right. So now we could push forward here. So we'll just keep pushing forward. So I don't know, things are going okay so far. If I don't mess up, I gotta avoid blunders, make sure I don't run my time down too crazy. All right, well, now we can go ahead and grab that. And do we want to trade off here? Probably should check him. Huh. All right. All right. So we probably should check the king. That might be a decent move, checking the king. So let's slow down a little bit here because we have an advantage, I think. I mean, no matter what, we're going to get this pawn, but we could trap his king in the center. So if we check him, thinking maybe that is best. We'll just go ahead and check him. Oh, and they resigned. So, yeah, it's just not looking good for him with his king stuck in the center there. All right, well, at least we got a quick win. We'll do a game review. So, I mean, I guess they could have tried to hang on because I'm checking them. They could block with the queen. Then I capture. His king will be brought into the center. But then I'll be able to pick this off, this pawn. I don't know. They could have played on. Let's see what the computer says. We'll do a game review and see what we can learn. So I played 92.6 in that game versus their 82.9. They had one great move, so we'll have to see what that was. I played at a 2150 level versus their 1800. And then the opening, 97.9 versus their 99.8% opening accuracy. So in the middle game, I played 87.2 versus their 67.9. And then I had one inaccuracy, so did they, but they had two mistakes. All right. Well, let's see here. Do this quick review, and then we'll look at some of the analysis. All right, so we were able to set up the Jabava London, and then when they played bishop to f5, we can play this f3 move and then start an attack on the king side. So we start chasing their bishop, then we exchange. So it said that's a great move, which, yeah, that is the best move to play, but I don't know if it's a great move. So we just trade off. They try and, this was probably their mistake, opening the center up before they castled. They needed to get their king castled to safety, I think. So e5, what would have been best here? Oh, they actually like this move. So b5, attacking on my queen side. And then what do I do? Maybe I ignore that and attack in the center. We'll take a look at that in the analysis. All right, so we exchange off in the middle. They make a mistake here. It looks like it would have been better to go the other direction and attack my queen. If they would have played that move, attacking the queen, well, then what? I mean, I guess I could just drop back here. Or do I go forward? Maybe I go forward and attack their unprotected knight, but they could just develop the other knight and protect it, I guess. All right, moving on. We exchange, and then, here I check them and they resigned. So it says plus 2.9 that I'm ahead. So let's take a look at the analysis and see, what exactly was going on. So d4, d5, knight to c3, knight to f6, and bishop to f4 is the Jobava London system. So here it's saying a6 is the best move. c6 was still okay. It fortifies this pawn. It prevents me from jumping my knight forward. Now we have e3. And then bishop to f5 here. So computer likes f3 here, or you could just play bishop to d3 or knight to f3. But with this move, we get a little attack going on that bishop. So they develop here, and the computer actually likes an immediate h5 pawn push. So that's interesting. Usually you don't see that as much. So if they go here, what should we play? Looks like just bishop to d3 and exchange off here. All right. Well, in the game, we had the attack continuing here. They retreat. We keep attacking. They press forward, making room for that bishop to escape if it has to. But now we can play g5. So it looks like that was the best move, to just keep attacking. And the knight has to retreat. And then, it looks like king to f2. Computer is saying that that would have been a better move than bringing your bishop up here to d3. So, maybe I should have gone king to f2. Then they develop, Then we bring this knight to h3. And what is it doing there? I mean, I guess it's backing up this pawn in case they push forward and trying to start attacking at some point. All right. So we played bishop to d3. It says that's a good move, but the game jumps in black's favor after this. So the best thing to do is capture. Queen captures. And then they do like that move, which prevents us from pushing our pawn forward, and attacking here, gaining even more space. All right. So they actually like that move first, knight at g to e2. And at this point, black is ahead. So they develop their bishop. We should play e4 immediately, but instead I just develop a knight. And then this mistake, e5. So b5 would have been better. So better to do that. And then we should attack in the center. Then they should castle. Get out of the center. That was their mistake they made in this game. And then capture, capture, bishop to d6, rook to e8, and f4 here. Now what do we have? Knight to b6, maybe getting ready to jump down here at some point. Now they recommend bishop to e5, just retreating back onto this outpost where, you know, if you're taken, then you can capture towards the center possibly. Let's see. Here it recommends b4, just attacking, and that the knight should retreat. All right, in the game though, they open the center up with their king stuck in the center, so that is not good for them. It actually liked the immediate bishop capture better. So if we capture this way, knight captures, pawn captures, and it's not the best move to go ahead and capture there. Better to play knight to a6 or knight to d7. All right, well, we had that. Knight captured, a mistake. It would have been better for what? Knight to c5. So that would have been better, attacking our queen. And then the queen should get up here to the center and attack the knight. And then they like that move to protect the knight. And then we have e4, where we try and start opening things up. So capture, knight captures, queen captures, rook captures, and then knight takes e4, rook takes e4, knight to c5 attacking our rook, rook goes back to the center, knight forks, we retreat back, and then you think they could just knock out this, that looks to me like the best move, to just knock out this bishop and then pick off a pawn. Then the game would be about even. But they're saying a5 is better. You know, or king up to e7. So, I mean, what if they do that? We have to capture. And then, oh, they can't capture that, or we'll just pin it. All right. So that's why that wasn't the best move. So if we go back a little bit, we have that. We retreat. Now it's saying a5 would be best, grabbing space on the queen side. Bishop back to g3. King up to e7, connecting the rooks. Although now the computer's saying it would have been better to drop the bishop back and reposition on this diagonal. And then here, f4. We just push our pawn forward, protect this pawn. Rook at h, over to d8. Then capture, capture, and bishop to f2. a4, grabbing more space. And anyway, you get the idea. The game could have gone like that. So instead, we have knight e5, or takes on e5, sorry. Bishop captures, and now f4 is best, driving the bishop back, but best would have been to capture here. So instead, they should have captured. So if they captured, we capture with the knight, and what then? Knight to d7. e4. Queen to c7, targeting this. Capture. Capture. With a check. King to b1. Knight attacks our queen. Queen to e2, pinning it to the king. And then a long castle. So then rook at d to f1, attacking the queen. So a lot of interesting possibilities here. All right, so back to the game. We had f4. They retreat. We push forward, starting to just trying to open things up even more. So knight develops. We capture, although the computer likes this pawn push even more, because then we could threaten to trap their bishop in a little bit. I mean, I guess they could go back here, but their king would be stuck in the middle even worse. So capture, that's an inaccuracy. Best would have been to just castle immediately. So if they castled immediately, now f5, apparently that is best. f5, knight attacking here. Queen to f3, capture. Now it says knight to g3 is best, just developing a knight and attacking both of these pawns. All right, well, what happened at the end of the game? They captured and we checked, and this is where they resigned. So what I thought is that they would play the best move, just block, and then we go ahead and capture. King captures, and then the rook captures with check. King over to c7 is best. So getting out of the path of these open files where the other rook could possibly swing over here as well at some point. All right, so rook at h to d1, so we double our rooks up. Actually, now it's saying that would be a mistake. What would have been better? It actually, computer likes king to e7 better. And then f5, bishop takes, knight takes, rook at h to d8, rook at h to d1, capture, and now it actually likes knight captures better. King up to e8. Saying that is best. King to e8, rook to e1, king over to d7, then back to d1, king back to e8. So it's saying something like this. Then he just goes back. Now we can go ahead and capture. They capture. Knight to f4 attacking. And then rook to c8. Because, you know, if they go down here to protect this, we can just check and then pick this pawn off. All right, so in the game, you know, I thought, well, if we go back, we had, where did this game end at? Queen to b5. This is where the game ended. You know, and I thought they would do that. Capture, capture, rook captures. Then it recommended this king to c6 move. Then what? Rook at h to d1, doubling the rooks. Rook at a to e8, attacking our knight. And then rook to d7. So we just, you know, fork these pawns. rook to e6. Capture, attacking the bishop. So capture, capture, knight over to c7, and b4, a4 recommends moving the pawns. Anyway, we would be ahead another pawn there. So the opponent resigned. I guess he didn't want to go into that end game just behind there. All right, well, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Feel free to leave any comments you would like. So thank you and have a super chess day.